The question I read under most of my tutorials is, how often should I train? Often people, including me, are afraid to take breaks because they are scared to lose gains in progress. So they stick to their workout plan day after day. But does this even make sense? Let's dive into it. First of all, let's make one thing clear. What is your goal? Obviously, it's to learn a certain skill or to make gains in the shortest time possible. I mean, I don't know anyone who said, I'm training my biceps because I wanted to grow as slow as possible. Or you start learning the handstand so you can say you learned it in 7 years. But will adding more workouts always lead to more gains, strength and progression? Well, if I ask so blank, certainly not. Unlike many people think, your gains don't appear in the gym, but in your bed. As muscle growth happens when you rest. And what happens if you don't rest and your body is constantly busy tearing muscle cells apart? Exactly nothing. Or muscle growth happens inefficiently. I personally experienced it hundreds of times, and you certainly as well, that after some break and time after a hard workout, you go back to the move, like for example the L-sit, and boom, you hold it as long as never before. Or in the gym, you simply can push heavier weights. Regarding training on a daily basis, it's really tough to keep up with that. From my own experience, I can say that you do a great job for a short time, but on a long term, it's very likely that you will start hating your workouts until you maybe completely drop it. Motivation will sink, frustration will rise. And the question is, if you want this stress. Besides your muscles, also your tendons and joints must recover, as well as your nervous system. So, how often should you train then? To be honest, there is no golden answer to that, because it all depends on the move. And of course on you. But here are some golden rules, and if you follow them, success on the long term is almost guaranteed. First of all, what type of exercise is it? Your training, of course, depends on your goals. Generally, workouts to learn a certain skill, like for example handstand push-ups, are different than workouts to generally gain muscle mass. Let me give you an example with these handstand push-ups. Especially if you're a beginner, this is gonna be highly intensive on your tendons and ligaments. You will face pain very fast. Here it's definitely not a good idea to overload your workout plan with exercises where you are only on your hands. Because of the pain, you simply won't target the muscles anymore, which you want to target. So what's the solution in this case? Make sure to target all necessary muscle groups as good as possible, while avoiding overusing same ligaments and joints. To learn handstand push-ups, you need to build up muscles in your arms and shoulders, and you need some core strength. So what do? You include core exercises like the boat hold in your workout. For the balance, you use a wall, practicing simply handstands. And to build up muscle and strength, pike push-ups or elevated push-ups are ideal. I will make a separate video about how to divide skill session from, let's say, maintenance session, so don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell to stay up to date. Now, let's talk about the intensity. Intensity is the value of resistance your muscles have to deal with. In whatever you do, you have to ask yourself, do you go all out or do you stop at 80%? Many athletes swear on the 80% rule, where you rather train more often than less but more intense. I personally think a mix of both is the key. When you keep your intensity normal, it's certainly possible to train on a daily basis. But going all out from time to time with proper resting for 1 to 2 days is sometimes necessary as well. And the last rule, listen to your body. You go to the gym and you left your motivation and mood at home. Maybe that's the time when you should go home. Your physiological as well as psychological state plays a big role. Studies have shown that when you are training, actively focusing on the muscles you target, when you had enough sleep and your hormones are in balance, you make much greater gains. But if your daily workouts stress you more than they give you, your workout becomes not productive. On the other hand, if you are a highly energetic person and you cannot wait for the next session, go for it. Listen to your body and do what's best for it, taking your safety, of course, into consideration. To sum it up, to make gains, you have to train the target muscle groups at least 2 times per week. If you decide to work out every day, take the intensity you put in into consideration. I personally train less but with a high intensity. And if I have weeks where I train more, I try to train different muscle groups on different days. Especially in calisthenics, a diverse workout will be highly beneficial for many other moves. Let's make an example. You want to learn the tuck planche. You can either have a high intensity workout 3 times per week or split it up into 5 to 6 sessions targeting different muscle groups. A last quick tip, don't simply copy other workouts. Develop an own one based on your level and experience. When you have more experience, you will know automatically when to train and when to rest. I say it again, do you have energy and you feel like it, then go for it. And if you think it's better to skip a session to learn a skill, skip it. If you are truly dedicated to learn a certain skill or make more gains, you will find an answer. If you're lacking motivation sometimes, check out this video, I'm sure it will be helpful. Good luck with whatever you want to achieve, stay healthy, and see you in the next video.